Good morning, all you beautiful people out there. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice and be glad in it. I pray that today, whatever your hand finds to do, you work at it with all your heart as you're doing it under the Lord. This is Torah-Pologetics Part 4. Today's lesson, clean food, clean you. Let's get into it and defend the faith. Here we go. It is important to eat biblically clean food. Among a long list of other things, the Bible says no pork, shrimp, or catfish. It's all found in Leviticus 11. But the Bible says that Jesus made all food clean. No, it doesn't. But I know what you're talking about. Mark chapter 7, verse 18. And he said to them, "Then are you also without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile him, since it enters not his heart but his stomach and is expelled? Thus he declared all foods clean." But hold the phone. Let's take a look at something real quick. In chapter 7, verse 19, it says, "Since it enters not his heart but his stomach and is expelled, thus he declared all foods clean." "Thus he declared all foods clean" is in parentheses. So what's up with that? I'll tell you what's up with that. I'm reading from an English Standard Version. This version of the Bible was not around until the 20th century. And oddly enough, if you read the chapter for what it is, it has nothing to do with types of foods. Jesus is arguing with the Pharisees over one of their silly little ritual traditions about hand washing, which, don't get me wrong, it's a good idea to wash your hands, but it's actually not found in the Torah at all. But it was one of their traditions that they just did and they enforced on people, and they were ridiculing him for not doing it. It is literally just so out of context, and it doesn't even belong there. It has nothing to do with the chapter. That's just what the translation looks like today. So what about before the 20th century? What did it say then? The King James Version is about the earliest version you're going to find just off the shelf in a store. And those parentheses aren't in there. It says nothing about him declaring all foods clean. It was literally added text from the translator. In fact, diving just a little bit deeper, the King James Version originally came out in 1611, and again, it wasn't in that version. Prior to that, the Bishop's Bible came out in 1568. It wasn't in that version. Prior to that, the Geneva Bible came out in 1560. It wasn't in that version. Prior to that, the Coverdale Bible came out in 1535. It wasn't in that version. Prior to that, the Tyndale Bible came out in 1526. It wasn't in that version. And prior to that, the Wycliffe version came out in about the 1380s or so. It wasn't in that version either. Remember the game back in school called Telephone or Whisper Down the Lane? It was when the teacher would tell one student a story or a phrase, and then that student had to tell another student, and another, and another, and another, and it would just get passed down from student to student. And every time, you would lose a little bit of the meaning. And unfortunately, that's kind of what's happened to the Bible over the years. The text has been translated, diluted, and changed, with all other kinds of little mishaps along the way. It's like when you make a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. You get the point. Remember, Jesus said, "Not one jot, not one tittle shall be removed from the law until heaven and earth pass away." And we're still here. I mean, just think about it. Pork. You're eating a pig. Pigs are gross. They eat other pigs. They'll eat anything. And shrimp? It's like the cockroach of the sea. You wouldn't eat a cockroach, would you? A lot of people will say, well, those are Old Testament laws and we don't go by those anymore. But the Old Testament is the only part of the Bible where God directly spoke to his people and he said, do these things, don't do these things. It's literally the only part of the Bible where God speaks to his people and tells them how to live. So it's probably a good idea to do what the big man said. He said, these things are not for human consumption. So whether or not we understand the full reason as to why he said not to eat them, it doesn't really matter. He said no. But on the off chance that you're curious, look at how a pig digests its food. Just seriously, take some time to look into it. It's gross. And shrimp, they're bottom feeders, kind of like catfish. For those that make the argument about how it says it's what comes out of a man's body that defiles him, not what goes into it, again, that has to do with hand washing, but have you ever eaten something and it hasn't come out of you? And for those that say that I'm being legalistic, in what world is being legal wrong? But hey man, look, no judgment. Seriously. I'm not the judge, I'm not the jury. I'm just the messenger. But hey, I hope you guys have a great day. I love y'all, and I'll keep praying for you.